And before I leave out the door, I got to do this test right here. This is one of the demonstrations that has to be done. Sorry about the messy background. As I said before, we're in the process of moving to a new workplace. But this is a very important test. It's one of the tests that's required of all our screen paints. It's called a black versus black. So the black versus black tests are done so that way we can make sure that the product's not going to match any house paint, fabric, stuff like that, because that's the last thing we want in demonstrations, for our stuff to be popping up matching all different sorts of paints. So this is one of the tests we have to go through, and this is involving the heightener technology, which has the ability to be able to produce or give our screens this amazing high white level that allows it to be to produce better than other screens, or basically be to produce better than everyday house paint. So I am running off the computer, so I'm going to get around Taco. Taco's sitting here relaxing in his section. Taco, I'm going to move right over here. You're good. You're good. I'm just going to move over here. So as you can see, we have everyday black paint. And just to show you that it is black paint, it's block my projector. There we go. It's the same as our screen as we have right here. And one of the demonstrations I saw when someone was trying to do one of these demonstrations, and we're trying to appear as they come up with a brighter white level than actual black paint, which they claimed was supposed to be ours. The problem they had was their screen came up gray. And when you have a screen, and I've seen this before, people with screens that they claim to be black, but they were actually coming up gray. The reason why is because they do these demonstrations to lie to you, to tell you that, hey, look, we're picking up this really high white level on a black screen, but technically the screen is actually a gray screen. And how you will know this, if a star field or anything pops up with 100% contrast level attached to it, their screen's going to show true colors. It's going to come up actually gray, and anything that they're trying to compete against that comes up black is literally going to come up actually black. So when we do all our black versus black demonstrations, we're the ones who actually started these tests to begin with before anybody else, to make sure that our products are tested properly. But we do have other people that try to follow behind us and try to do the same test, but they also end up cheating in the process. You can't cheat. You have to do the test. We have tons of these tests on our website's marketplace, so everybody can see these demonstrations right from the door of just about everything you could possibly think of. So let me see. Oh, great. Need you to get off the chair and goes in the same place that I got to be at, which I don't know why he did that. I don't want to step on top of by accident, man. I was in the weirdest places. So we're going to come over here. We got our snow set up over here. There we go. And we can show you whatever white level we hit. This screen is going to produce a higher white level, which is our Quasar technology. This is going to be a new product line of projection screens. We're going to be actually discontinuing the Alpha Cinemax for the new technology under the Quasar. The Quasars do just about everything you could possibly think of. I'm watching you creep. Man, I've got demonstrations to do, and I need you to hate. Stay right there. Hey, sorry about that. It's always getting in some kind of trouble. But anyway, as you can see, this is a very important test. Now, another important test that you have to do is, like I said before, your screen literally has to come up black, matching the other screen. It can't come up gray. It has to be black. So as you can see, our technology pulls a much higher than everyday black paint, and this is why we get these contracts. This is why our products get paid. People buy our products at the end of the day due to the fact that we can back these up through a lot of tests. Very important. So this is called black versus black. It basically just makes sure your product's not going to match any form of house paint or anything else in the day which you do not want. The commercial and with the commercial, at the commercial, with the commercial, and that commercial. Now we have the most black on black or black versus black demonstrations of anybody else. Well, only one person's claiming to have a black screen and it came up gray. So yeah, you want to make sure that the product that you're buying is an actual black screen and not a gray screen, because that's the last thing you want. Now, as you can see, much higher white levels than everyday black paint. And this is why we tell people at the end of the day when they're buying from us, you can't just go and get black paint and do the same thing our products can do. All our products are tested. They're tested before ship out. They're tested before sold. And this also helps us in court if anyone actually does a demonstration. Say, hey, this product came out this dark. It's unwatchable. Yeah, we used it. We can easy back these products up in court with no problem. On top of that, it's a guarantee to our customers that they're not being ripped off and they're not being sold everyday black paint. I don't like to do approaches. I hate doing them. I think you should be at a distance when you do these demonstrations. This shows you right here how dirty the image comes up next to ours. That's why the most important thing when you comes down to a black screen is its ability to be able to read white light. Its ability to be able to produce brighter and higher white levels. Not the other way around. Some people think for some reason it's supposed to be contrast. The black screen automatically produces contrast. It's not going to have that issue at all, period. Ooh, Cody. Oh, let's say where the rest of my screen just go. And the stand is blocking it. I can't see it. There it is. We have sound for this, right? The soundboard's on. And we have two media players playing at the same time. All right. Pause this right here. Figure out what media player is running. That's it right there. Now, it's important that when you do this test, that both your screens are black and not one's gray. Because I literally saw that in someone's demonstration. Both screens have to be black. Still can't figure out how in the world they messed that one up. Even with the projector off, you should have been able to tell that both screens, one screen was gray and the other one was black. This you already knew and you didn't want to say anything about it till the star field popped up. This is how you do a black on black. And keep in mind, we are the ones who started that. If you're going to do the test, do them correctly. So that's everyday black paint versus our technology. I love when people try to do our test at the end of the day. You say that, hey, we did it. No, you didn't do jack at all, period. And the reason why is because you didn't do the test properly because, like I said, you got to be careful because you'll have black screens out there claiming to be black, but they're actually gray screens. there'll be like a dark gray to try to produce a higher white level. So you have to be careful about that kind of stuff. But yeah, as you can see, our technology here, Quasar, does not basically pick up next to black paint in any way whatsoever. That's absolutely amazing. These are my trousers, or cargos, whatever you want to call them. And I wear these, and I walk in front of the screen quite a few times. At one point, I was accused of my black trousers doing the same thing as the projection screen we have over here from people that do not test. I find it interesting that people who try to judge my technology are the same people who don't do any testing at all whatsoever on their products. None at all. We're the only ones to do these tests. That's why if you go up and you see on Google and you type up black versus black, they come up. Because we're the only ones to do the tests. Fabric and black paint, without our technology embedded into it, doesn't match our stuff. Like I said, very important test that has to be run. You have to run these tests to show that your product basically doesn't match any fabric. Because again, no company's going to sign a contract with you, no distributorship, if they know it's the everyday joke and just come along and just do the same thing with black paint or fabric. They won't touch you. This is a very important test. On top of that, it's a 100% guarantee to the customer that they're not being shipped black paint, just everyday black paint. And we've been doing these demonstrations since 7s. That's a long time. And mind you, when you do these demonstrations, as I said before, your screen is not supposed to come up gray. It's supposed to be black, not gray. Completely missed the boat on that particular one. I don't know how in the world, but yeah. Screen's supposed to be black, just like all the other screens up there, all black. See, everything's black up there. Now, if I had to pull a star field, let me see. I'll show you something how it's done. Here, fresh one. Let's see.
This is a real B&H birthday store. We've been known for our customer service since 1973.
Any white screensaver I choose, the color white, ours produces the highest white level. As I said before, it's the most important thing when it comes down to a black screen, is the ability to be able to read proper white light. Because without this option, what happens is the screen becomes dirty and washed out. But let me show you something. I'm going to meet with family in a few minutes, but that's why I'm up early in the morning getting this done, because this is one of the things that we're requiring all the technology to do, is to be able to show that it can maintain images, maintain its demonstrations versus black paint versus the product and fabric. So that's the same color right there that a screen paint called the Siri C came up with. This is what it did in the demonstration. So I'm going to show you, because that's a gray screen. I'm going to mimic what it exactly did in the demonstration.
You just have to get in the seat of the John Deere 3 Series tractor, not because of the powerful implements.
Now I can report the 5 to 10 people.
You just have to get in the seat because being this efficient just feels better.
Starfield screensaver. Why would it go there? Oh, no, that's because you went to Google and did it. That's why. Let's go back. Let's go YouTube and get it. Let's go YouTube, doesn't it? Fall sheet from it. Starfield screensaver. What? Starfield? Really? Starfield screensaver. Alright. So, let me mimic exactly what the Siri C did, and this is where it made its serious mistake. The Siri C wasn't a black screen, it was an actual gray screen. So, when it did the demonstration on the snow field, it came up lighter because the screen was actually gray. But when it came to the contrast level, the screen came up gray, which it shouldn't have did if it called itself being a black screen. Let me mimic exactly what it did. So, here we are, we go over to the field where we have the snow, right here. We blow this up. You can see it on both sides. So if you notice, the gray screen, which is the Siri C, came up that color. Now, our technology is here. This right here is black paint, and that's black fabric. This is our technology right here, which no gray screen is going to turn it these two colors. This is why he's going to court, and this is why he's being sued. This is what we're going to be showing in court. If you notice, when you look at the demonstration and our test here, that a Phantom has an incredible ability to pull up extremely high white levels. Same thing as our technology here, because it has something called a heightener built into it, allows the screen to generate white light. So, what you have here is that any gray screen, and we do these tests constantly against white surfaces, how in the world any white level tests that we've done at 1,000 lumens, none of that was able to turn the screen that dark. But the minute that demonstration is done in their environment, the screen goes dark on a gray screen that was claiming to be black. So, you see right here, that is the color of what your screen really is. It's actually gray, it's not black. We have a black technology, as you can see, and even with our black technology, other black paint and fabrics can't turn it to that dark color. Impossible. But the one thing about black surfaces, they all produce the same contrast. They all produce a star field, because every single one of them can read an infinity 1 because they're black. Yours, on the other hand, came up gray, which means your screen was gray. So, I'll show you. Same demonstration, right? Now, what happened was when the star field switched on, whatever they had on for the autoplay, it pulled it up automatically. And that's what happened to your screen. Your screen came up gray, because technically deep down inside, your screen never was black to begin with. Any shade of black will see the infinity 1 level. It'll register it. But the problem is, any shade of black also has an issue with actually reading white levels. And this is where you must show your difference. And that's what you didn't do. Your screen came up that color, which means your screen was never black to begin with. It was a gray screen to try to trick people, to make them believe that they were picking up higher white levels when actually technically they weren't. That's what you did. Now, I'll see you in court and see you for $1 million. I can back everything up we do. Everything we back up. We know our stuff. There's no way in the world Phantom would have ever came up that dark. Virtually impossible. We had tons of test demonstrations on Phantoms versus white screens. And the white screens can't even get it to come up that dark. So, yep. There you go. See you in court, buddy, bro. Real soon. The dumbest stuff, I tell you. We know our stuff. But anyway, black versus Quasar, as you can see, yeah. That's what you did. And then had a nerve to get on camera and lie and say some dumb nonsense like it's highlighting and detail lighting. No, buddy. Your screen didn't register black. That's what happened. It came up gray. That's where it came up gray. False advertisement. Any surface, no matter what shade of black it is, it's going to pull up the infinity level. But the thing is, even with the surface being black, it still has to be able to understand and read white light. And that's the problem with this. But the screens that claim to be black screens, they don't register white light that well. Like smarter surfaces had an issue basically picking up white light. They couldn't read it. That start from that well, yeah, he didn't understand the assignment. Apparently he didn't get it. Somebody didn't give him the memo how it's done. Yeah, your screen when you pour star fill was supposed to come up black. To say that the other screen had an advantage point, your black screen. You do have the advantage point because you're black. That's why. There is no vantage point there. They all pull the exact same infinity. The screen was gray, not black. And don't delete it, because I have copies of everything. We copy everything for court. So yeah, your screen couldn't register. Now this is how black versus black test is done. And we've done dozens of these. The screen can't match fabric, it can't match black, and your screen literally has to be black to match the other surfaces. Dozens and dozens of these tests done. And we're the ones who started the testing. That's why I say you got to be careful with someone claiming to have a black screen and it being gray. I can literally do your same demonstration in court with no problem. As a matter of fact, when I bring your company to court for fraud for that particular purpose too also, I can also back up the same thing I just did here on camera. I can do it right there in the courtroom. You were selling a black screen that technically was gray. And the other person got himself involved in that too because he was pushing and selling the product for him, lying on camera. And you think a judge is going to be that colorblind at the end of the day that he can't tell the difference, that she can't tell the difference between gray and black? Now, if you're already out there already talking about the quasar, that's why we save this test for last. If you're out there already talking about the quasar and you're saying it's nothing but black paint, we'll see you in court soon. All your channels are being monitored, so you know that. You're being watched. We have individuals at the end of the day that are so threatened by our products, for those you don't know, that have done false demonstrations against our company's products by claiming them to come up so dark they're unwatchable. And these individuals are going to court and they're being sued for quite a lot of money, and criminal fraud charges have been filed. We back our products up 100%. There's no way in the world I'm ever going to be up on a live stream or out there doing demonstrations and my stuff matches someone's tablecloth or some black paint. No, that's not going to happen. Okie dokie. Oh, and the paint we chose is called Black Dynasty. We use that in every demonstration now because someone claimed that to be our product at the end of the day. So now we use it in all demonstrations. Yep. But there's our black versus black test demonstration. There. white screensaver. Same claim I had. Walked in front of the screen, some black pants on. The same black pants I wear when I walk across the screen. And still dumb statements being made. Don't know how to develop true technology to begin with. Sat there and said, oh, his black pants does the same thing as the screen. Y'all don't know how to do testing. That's the reason why your stuff, if you look at it, doesn't have a yellowish tone attached to it either. Oh, goodness. But yeah, this is how we do our test. So we'll be taking, I'm going to do a couple more, a couple of shorts. Got to go over to Facebook, show these off too also. And then we're going to be loading them on our site under the Quasar. We'll have its black on black test added to the under the bottom of the shopping cart. Also, this will be added to inside the marketplace. When you go in to make your purchase, it'll be right there. We back everything. The difference between your Series A, my screen is actually black. Yours is not. My screen is ultra short though compatible. And as for rear projection technology, we're experts in that field because I have so many demonstrations on rear technology, it is not even funny. So, again, to make those claims that you know anything about rear projection, you don't. People look at my specification sheets when it comes to rear technology versus yours. You don't have nothing down there. You just have it's rear projection. Okay, so you're missing a lot of stuff that should be down there, and it's not there because you don't know anything about rear projection. My YouTube channel versus your YouTube channel versus rear projection technology just by itself. You don't have anything there because you don't know anything about rear projection. There's some video on a 2300 lumen projector and a poorly image. Rear projection technology, I can filter sunlight. So that's the level that I sit on. Where you're sitting there in some little, tiny little screen at 2300 lumens and barely any light hitting the screen, and I can absorb over 120,000 lux of light through my screen in rear projection technology, which is called AdTech. We are the experts in that field. And ambient light projection, just with everything else you can possibly think of. So that's why people come to me for rear projection. Because we know what they're doing too on top of that. So that's why I said that's a little message to that individual who messed up when he called himself doing a black demonstration. Yeah, so you had a phantom label. You claimed for it to be a phantom product. So if you can't back this up in court, my friend, this is going to be $1 million and above lawsuit. For Mr. Partey or Danny Rogers or Partey's PSP products, yeah, we're suing you and your company. Also, too, McAfee is also going to have a lawsuit placed against you, too. Also, too, you were also in the video spreading lies about my company and products, claiming that that's our product. So, gentlemen, if you don't have it, it's going to cost you a lot of money. A lot of money. And I also, too, because it's considered fraud against my business and my company, I am going to be pushing for a 20 to 30-year prison sentence. Heck, I'm even happy with 10 to 15. Doesn't make a difference. Next time, make sure you have my product. If you have my product versus even your product being gray, oh, you would have never been to turn my screen dark. That's virtually impossible. Certifieds can't even do it, and they have a much higher gain. But this is right here. So I'm going to do a couple of short, sweet ones real quick. I need to do those, and I need to do a, before I got to leave because family's going to be, well, actually I'm up early. Family's not even ready to go yet. So I got some time to do a couple of videos, get these done, get these loaded onto the site because we need the black on black. And these test demonstrations are also going to be shown in the shopping cart so you can get an idea of exactly what you're purchasing. Sorry about that. All right. Did that demonstration and messed up miserably, and then sat there and tried to lie on camera. So what you see here is a spectrum of lightning. No, buddy, the screen came up gray. That's literally what it did. It literally came up gray. It came up the same color as that paint I have sitting there right here on the floor. The exact same color. Gee whiz, lie about everything. That's what I said. They lie about everything. They don't give you no real truth at the end of the day. All right, well, let me get this, get my other videos done. Gonna get all this locked in. Oh, by the way, the Chriswood site, we're removing all the physical screens are going. The reason why is because I wanted, like I said, distributorship contracts, I want to leave that with them only. And we're going to deal with the paints on our end. So that's what I'm planning to do. All right, I got to get back. I got to do a couple short videos real quick. And I have to do some stuff on Facebook. Because like I said, this is one of the tests that has to be backed up on the product. Any black screen has to go through these tests. They have to. You want to make sure that when you buy a black screen, that your tablecloth or bed sheet's not going to do the same thing, and black paint's not going to do the same thing. And that's why we call this stuff heightener technology. Anything you claim that you make up, since you make up, say anything you claim that you make your own product, and they say you have heightener or FLE technology, something you're doing different than everybody else, you got to back this up. Because it's considered to be fraud and go to court for this and get sued for this. So if we say that we have a technology called the heightener that allows our technology to pull a higher white level than other surfaces, we have over 75 video demonstrations done on these tests. FLE technology, fusion light energy, the ability to be able to absorb sunlight and tons of light, demonstrations at 1,000 lumens outside. No one's doing demonstrations at 1,000 lumens outside and producing a screen that look like a TV on the side of a cardboard box. We do that. No one's doing demonstrations where you can watch a galaxy bounce off a ceiling with the lights on. We do that. And no one else is feeding 100,000 to 120,000 lux of light through a storefront window and still producing a perfect image on the other end. We do that. So we can back up literally everything we put in our specification sheets. But range gain, that stuff doesn't even exist. Can't put that stuff in there, man. That's why they run the risk of getting sued at the end of the day. And this is why we're challenging their companies. We're taking their companies to court and we're suing them. Because they made false accusations with their companies and they didn't back it up 100%. On top of that, you made false accusations against my company that you can't even back up 100%, which again, is going to get you in a lot of trouble. Well, actually did get you in a lot of trouble. And to my customers, well, they got the 100% guarantee from my company that our stuff doesn't match any of this stuff at all, period. That's why we can request shipbacks. That's why we can have batch numbers. That's why all our products show tested before sold. And there's my trousers, or cargos, the ones that were claiming that they match the screen. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, let me get in here and get all this done, and I can get these loaded onto the site. This video was just done to embarrass that joker at the end of the day, pretty much. Did the demonstration completely wrong. Star field. Screen came up gray. Unbelievable. Vantage point. Are you lost your mind? This is what I just did the video just to embarrass you, to show you how it was done. This is how you do it. Incorrect. Alright, let me get on here and get the other videos done. Load them onto the site so we have everything there. Because I got areas opened up for the black versus black demonstrations. So we're going to do black fabric and black paint at the same time on our products right here. And no, gentlemen, by the way, no high-powered projector either. We don't use high-powered machines. I haven't had to use any high-powered machines on my technology. Matter of fact, I spent less for my projectors than y'all spent for your own projector at the end of the day. $60 ultra short throw, $10 projector right now, and $75. That's all I spent. And the 1,000 lumen projector went outside. Isn't that interesting? We got, look at this. That's my stack of projectors over there. That's some of them over there. I got 4,000, 5,000. I got a projector over there, 6,500 lumens. We didn't touch any of those at all. So the claim that McAfee made that we required to have 4,000, 5,000 lumen projectors to get the white light to push through, you lied on camera. That's going to cost you about $150,000 because you made a false claim against my company that wasn't true, and that's what I'm suing you for that particular. I got multiple lawsuits against these individuals for stuff they were saying. But making that claim, yeah, you're going to watch my screen pull up in a courtroom at 1,000 lumens. So you have to back that up. And then keep in mind, everything's been documented. So if you delete any videos, we got copies of everything. And he did make that statement about my company. You can't go around making statements about people's companies because you can be sued for this if you can't back it up. It's false. You know, it's what they call defamation. Defamation, yeah, same thing, yeah. or slander, that way you want to put it. So it's going to cost them some money. All right, let me get ready for my other stuff I need to post to my site. This was just basically to embarrass these jokers at the end of the day, show them how it's done. And I'm going to shoot my promo demonstrations, get them all finished, get my pictures and everything, so I can load them onto my different forum sites, and we can show them that the product doesn't match any form of black paint. Because this came up multiple times in different environments I was in. I was doing these little sites and stuff, and the guy was like, well, how do I know black paint won't do the same thing? It won't, because we've done these demonstrations over and over again. That's why I want to do a whole page dedicated to black versus black, all our tests. It just makes it so much easier to just upload the entire page and just go here, so you can see all the tests we've done. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I got a guy coming in to basically work on what we're going to be doing over at GoDaddy, and he's going to be basically taking all our videos, like all 235.1s, all outdoor demonstrations, everything categorized to page to page to page, so we can uplink the entire page and just send it to someone that can see all our tests in one hit. It's much easier to do than going through 10,000 videos and trying to figure, okay, we got this one over here and that one there. And I get this one over here and here. It's just too much of a headache. All right, gotta go. I gotta come back in. Enjoy your holidays, but I still gotta come back in and do a couple of videos, get all that settled in, because we need to have these tests. These are very important to the website so you can see them. Because again, as I said before, these tests need to be posted to the website. And it does help 100%, Mr. Partey, of PSP fake products at the end of the day, that your Siri C literally picks up a black level and not gray, and then have your cheerleader, McAfee, come on there and go, oh, what it is just a lightening of gray and detail in gray. And it may look like this has the advantage point. Oh my goodness, unbelievable. Almost had a seizure when he said that. They're black. All the surfaces up there is black. Everything. This town bar over here picks up an Infinity 1. Pants over here pick up Infinity 1. Black paint that's not ours picks up Infinity 1. Everything that's black picks up an Infinity 1 because it's black. The problem is which one can read a higher white level. Because without the white level, the screen becomes dark and dirty. That is the point when you talk about the advantage point. Sheesh. Do a demonstration, do it right. And then it comes back in and removes the star field, removes the meter that was laying against the screen that clearly showed the screen was gray, and then repeats the process again, but continues to lie, which I got that too on recording, just in case if it goes missing. So we can show the court how you people went on YouTube and you basically edit the video to continue to lie. All that's going to be used against you in court. So, enjoy your holiday, gentlemen, because soon you're going to be sitting in front of a judge with me and my attorneys about the fraud that you committed with your company. But this is what you're supposed to have. Then for your customers, for all you out there, this is how it's supposed to be done. Let me see. There we go. See how that black comes up? See? Nothing comes up gray. There you go. I can't figure out. This part I can figure out real quick. How did he not see that? Because even when we saw when the screen came on, I'm like, how in the world did he not see that? How did you not pick that up? Even with the projector off, you would have saw that your screen was gray. That's the part I don't understand. So what happens is when you have your YouTube videos in autoplay, depending on what you were playing back and forth, will come up in the feed. They didn't expect for the star field to pop up. I think when he did the demonstration, he knew the screen was gray. He just went on camera and lied to everybody and said it was black. Because there's no way in the world possible, unless you're colorblind, that you couldn't have seen that. That's virtually impossible. So I take this screen right here, right? This one right here. And I pull up, let me see. Black screensaver. That's a black screensaver. Just simply black. Your screen came up gray. How would you have not seen that on camera? Hopefully it sticks if the tape fell off it. Just for me. How would you have not seen that? You did see it. You saw it crystal clear. So you knew the entire time when you were doing the video that the screen paint wasn't black, it was actually gray. You knew the whole time. And you continue to go on camera and lie about it. And then what happened was when you were showing the snow field and saying that it produces the highest white level because it was gray, it wasn't black. But you claim that to be a phantom technology. Again, phantoms would have never came up that dark on next to a gray screen. We test them against white surfaces also. A white surface produces a higher white level than a gray surface, which means that if it was going to fail, it would have failed on the white surface before the gray. See, gentlemen, this is where it's going to cost you millions of dollars. When I say millions with an S, you're being sued for more than just $1 million because of substantial evidence that's leaning against you means we can get whatever we want. And regardless of whether you have the money or not, we're going to bury you in so much liens, you'll have to die 8 times over to break even. I'm not joking with you. You're going to be sued for a lot of money. This is very serious charges at the end of the day. The minute you upload something and it basically broadcasts, this is where we can hit you for millions with an S. So, question we have here is, how did you not see it? That means that the entire time when you were on camera, you knew the entire time that the screen was gray, and you lied and said it was black. But you didn't expect for the star field to pop up. That's what caught you off guard. And when the star field popped up, that's when your screen got outed as being a gray screen, and you got on camera and lied again and said, hey, this has the advantage point. No, they all would have had the advantage point. They all should have been black. All these have the advantage point. They're black. They have the advantage point over a gray screen because all of them can read it. Yeah, there you go. Good luck in court. Heck, I don't even attorney. I can prosecute you myself. But I'm having my attorney do it. You do a much better job. Easy. Like, how in the world did you not know that?
From hard hats to steel.
White screen saver. There you go. That's what you were trying to do in your video, but you lied. You did. You lied to your customers. You lied to everybody. And you try to make them believe that a screen that you saw, because it would have been virtually impossible that you wouldn't have noticed that screen to be gray when the cameras were off. You knew the screen was gray. You knew it wasn't black. But you got on camera and you lied. That's what you did. God busted you on that one. Because that black star field, he wasn't expecting for that. You hear his voice stutter when it came up? He wasn't expecting for that thing to pop up. See, that's what it says in the Bible. Whatever's in the dark comes out into the light. So the name phantom technology, that was given to us by God at the end of the day. Any technology that we have under this company is a blessing from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And when you take the blessings that my God gives me at the end of the day and try to taint them, you get outed for the fake that you are. And now that's going to land you in court and get you sued and possibly jail time. Learn a lesson about touching a Christian's blessings at the end of the day. He knew that screen was gray the entire time and sat up there and lied. God knew what was in your heart before you did it. He knew when you got up that morning what you were going to do before you were going to do it. And your actions were to get up that morning, do that demonstration, put black paint or whatever that stuff was supposed to be, stick our label on it to claim like it was ours, and lie about my company. But not only were you lying about my company, you were basically lying about the blessings that my Lord gave to me. And you were outed. Starfield popped up out of nowhere. He didn't expect it. You heard the stutter in his voice. Oh, what we got here? Yeah, it caught you off guard because that was not supposed to pop up. But the reason why it did, because God outed you for what you are. A fake, a scammer, and a liar. And those videos right there and what you just did are the same things that you will be prosecuted in court for, because you have to pay for what you have done. And this is going to cost you a lot of money, and it's going to cost you your freedom. This is what you get at the end of the day for taking my blessings and trying to make them look like trying to tarnish what God has given to me. This is what happens when you mess with God. I'm not calling myself God, no way in the world. But when God blesses you with something and someone tries to tarnish it, it'll come out in the open. Everybody will see it for what it is. Oh, man. All right, let me get these short demonstrations done because, like I said, I got to load on the website, and after that, I got to out here. Me and Tyler got to pack it up and go. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for your time, and God bless.